Hey there flippers, and welcome back to Second Life Treasures. So on today's video we are heading back out to the charity shops to see what we can find, and we're going to start off today in the Demelza outlet, and straight away I'm going to come in and I'm just going to start going through sort of women's jumpers really, just having a look for sort of anything that is sort of 100% wool, cashmere, sort of cotton blends, sort of anything like that. But while I'm sort of flipping through the racks, just want to say actually I am going to be changing things up a bit with regards to the charity shop videos. So the day that I filmed this video, I actually then travelled to another two sort of local towns around me. And while I was there, literally sort of blitzed through sort of all of the charity shops that they had on their high streets. And I will admit, it was such a difference. So the town that we went to after this, it was just slightly better. So we got a couple of bits. And then the town after that, it was really, really good. We got quite a few sort of really good items. And I have sort of filmed, obviously I filmed the midweek charity shop hunt already as well. And I can say that that is actually probably going to be one of our best charity shop videos we've done to date. And then I have also done another trip into town as well. I went out on Saturday just gone. And once again, absolutely cracking. I literally run out of space in my backpack and the bag that I had with me, so I didn't have any more room to sort of buy things. So what I think is actually happening is, now that we've got to the sort of point of the year where the boot fairs are sort of closing down, we're then finding that people, or what I'm suspecting it is at the moment, is that because people can't sell stuff at the boot fairs, they are now sort of just dropping it off to charity shops. So yeah, potentially we will start seeing sort of an increase in sort of what we're managing to find. But yeah, as I say, the video coming out on Thursday, we get some really, really good finds, and we get some really, really good finds from just 3 charity shops. We get sort of a handful of finds from each charity shop, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward for you to sort of see them. But back to today's video, obviously we are now back at the soft toys, and I see this. So this is that was a rabbit from sort of Winnie the Pooh, and I look at the label because it's not one that I've seen sort of too often. I look at the label and it's not sort of an official Disney one. It's like an aftermarket sort of third-party type one. So I do sort of just leave that. And then just having a quick look at the board games. And what I will say is, obviously, as I've just said as well just a minute ago, I have filmed sort of my charity shop videos sort of a couple of weeks. Well, I've got after today's video, I've got the next 3 weeks of charity shop videos filmed. My midweek videos I'm filming sort of a week ahead. So the one that you see this week was filmed last week. I've still got this week's to film. And the boot fairs, I think I'm a week ahead. So the one that you see on Saturday was filmed, will have been filmed sort of 2 weeks before that on the Sunday. But the reason I'm saying that is, obviously, at the moment you'll see on the footage at the charity shop, there's that great big smudge right in the middle of the screen, and it has been bugging me for the last couple of weeks. But I can announce I have bought a brand new camera. It is it's essentially the latest GoPro that's just been released, so hopefully the overall quality of the footage will go up, that smudge will disappear, and potentially in the future I may even be able to live stream from the boot fair. So something a bit different, if I can. I'm not sort of committing to sort of live streams or anything like that, but it's obviously that camera then sort of gives me the option to do stuff like that. And obviously at the moment we are just in Sue Ryder. So sort of I've been finding sort of in here they have been chopping and changing sort of left, right and centre. So obviously they've now moved the DVDs into this bookcase, which they were sort of along the sort of side wall. And actually when I went in sort of the weekend, like Saturday just gone, they'd moved them again. So I walked in and they'd gone. So I was like, where have they put them now? And I think they've now moved them back onto the side wall, but just given them sort of less space. So yeah, it always keeps you. Sue Ryder does tend to sort of keep you on your toes, especially this one. But yeah, what I am going to start doing is I am going to be sort of doing sort of multiple, like filming multiple charity shop hunts, sort of each time I go out. So normally I go out on a Saturday, because I do still work sort of full time, so I am only sort of a part-time reseller. So I tend to do my sourcing. Obviously I do the midweek hunts actually midweek, because I go to charity shops that are near where I work. Then obviously Saturdays I go out and I do sort of the main charity shops in the town centre, and then Sundays I'm doing the boot fairs. Obviously once our Saturday boot fair opens I'll be doing them as well, but what I'm hoping to start doing is obviously do the normal Saturday boot fair. Then I'm going to travel to sort of at least one of the other towns, so I'll be sort of potentially filming sort of 2 charity shop videos a week. And then once the boot fairs finish at the, so what we got, so I've got 2 weeks worth filmed, so the next 2 videos filmed, and then there's another 2 weeks to go. So as long as the weather's okay, I think it's like the 3rd week in October. Yeah, 3rd week in October that we've got sort of boot fair videos up to. And yeah, so after that's done, then obviously I'll be switching it up to 2 charity shop videos, or 2 main charity shop videos and a midweek charity shop video each week. I'm then also going to potentially start doing something a bit different as well. So one thing that I have been sort of thinking about doing for quite a while now was actually something I come up with sort of when I first started the channel, but it never really sort of took hold, and it was quite limiting at the beginning. So obviously when I was sort of trying to build up my sort of resale business, it was sort of quite limiting, but I am going to actually do it as a video series now. So I think I've got it from the first Saturday in November. So I've got the next month to sort of get it filmed. What I'm actually going to be doing is going to be 1 video a month for the next 6 months, so until the boot fairs sort of reopen. And we are going to be doing basically a challenge series. So I'm going to start with £10. I'm going to set up a completely new, completely fresh reselling business. And what I'm going to be doing is over the course of the month, I will obviously, for the first video, we will start with £10. That £10 has got to literally pay for everything. So we've got to sort of buy stuff to flip, the packaging material that we're going to use, the postage, everything. So I'm not allowed to sort of put any additional money into sort of this side challenge. So yeah, we'll start with a tenner, and then we'll see sort of how we go. It may be a case of that I completely mismanage it and we are bust within a week, but I'm hoping not. I think I've now got sort of a good grasp of the sort of things that I'm looking for and the sort of things that I can flip. But this is going to be done purely from the charity shops, so I'm not going to cheat on this one, because it would be a lot easier to sort of source something at the boot fair to sort of to flip as part of this challenge. So for example, if I could go to a boot fair and see a Silveretti typewriter, and I'm able to get that for £3, for example. With that £3, if I sort of bulk that for £3, the shipping on it would be about £6, so that takes me to £9, and then I am going to be I would have £1 if I needed to source sort of packaging material or anything like that. But more often than not, sort of, I think when we start this, it's going to very much be a so any sort of packages that I've received will then sort of, I'll use that stuff to sort of send it out. But yeah, so that video is going to be coming the first Saturday in November. So yeah, if you're not already sort of subscribed to the channel, sort of hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when that video goes live. And yeah, what I'm going to be doing is obviously it will be one video a month, be the first Saturday in each month, and we will be, so the first video is essentially going to sort of break down the sort of the rules, me doing some initial sourcing, and then the following month will be sort of a breakdown of the sales, sort of some more sourcing, and it's just going to sort of just keep going, and we're going to keep going and see where we are at the end of the sort of 6-month period. So yeah, at the moment I'm going to stick to sort of one video a month, but if it does really sort of get traction, I may update that to sort of fortnightly. I'm just going to have to see. I don't want the main sort of Second Life treasures to sort of get impacted by the sort of this side thing. But the way I am sort of, I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to do the sourcing part of it, because I don't want to be outsourcing and then have to sort of either miss out on stuff for Second Life treasures or miss out on stuff for the sort of challenge videos, and then neither of them are really sort of. So what I'm hoping to do is actually sort of be able to go outsourcing and sort of just keep them completely separate. So yeah, I'm still to work out how I'm going to do that, but hopefully by the time the first video goes up, I'll have a bit more of an idea. But I have completely ignored sort of the actual sourcing video that we are looking at today. So at the moment we are in, I think we're in cancer research. Yep. So I'm just having sort of a quick look at the DVDs. But the reason that I wanted to sort of leave this one in today actually was there was something that caught my eye, and it's right at the back here. And straight away it's these. So I saw them in sort of these capsules, and I'd seen sort of things before, and I thought they were actually Beanie Babies. But when I sort of had a closer look at them, the tag on their ear was something different. I can't remember what the name of the bears was, but yeah. So yeah, I did leave them, because I think they were sort of charging sort of like £2 for them, but there would have been no value, because obviously I think I've looked at the Beanie Babies sort of that are in those containers before, and they sell for anywhere between sort of £8 and £12. So I knew if sort of the Beanie Babies were selling quite low, those were then selling quite low. So we are now in the British Heart Foundation, and I am just having a look at the jigsaws. So what they tend to do is they have this whole section here with sort of jigsaws and board games. I've picked up a couple of bits from here in the past, but yeah, the British Heart Foundation, they very much sort of price things near sort of to eBay costs. So for sort of resale purposes, it's not really worthwhile. I do sort of tend to sort of buy video games when I'm in here. I've sort of bought a couple, but yeah, sort of for resale, I've bought a couple of bits from here, but not really a lot, because they are, I think, out of all of the high street charity shops, they are sort of on the higher end of things, and they do miss sort of things every now and then, but it's a lot harder to sort of source things out of the British Heart Foundation than it is sort of other charity shops. So like even Demelza, even though sort of they don't tend to price them sort of as high, but they're priced in a way that they're just that bit too high to warrant picking them up for flipping. Whereas sort of British Heart Foundation, it's sort of, I'd say 9.5 times out of 10, they will be sort of pretty much sort of at eBay prices. So yeah, I always look in there, sort of, even if I don't include if I don't include the footage in the video, doesn't mean that I haven't been into these charity shops. So I think at the moment, sort of my normal sort of route, what's that? So it's Demelza, Sue Ryder, RSPCA, Making a Difference in Maidstone, Age UK, Cancer Research, Save the Children, British Heart Foundation, PDSA, and the Peggy Wood Foundation. So what's that? That's 10 different charity shops that I do sort of every week without fail. So yeah, I know I don't always sort of include the footage of all 10, but yeah, I do actually visit them, and then just sort of try and include sort of things that I have got a bit of interest in them. So at the moment we are just finished sort of looking through the women's jumpers in PDSA, and just having sort of a quick scan over the shoes just to see if sort of anything sort of jumps out. And then we've got these two sort of glass cabinets, which were sort of just halfway down the store a little while ago. They tend to put sort of like the higher priced sort of items in there. And then just looking at the board games, there's a random sort of Nintendo DS game. I think that's a 3DS game actually, that was sort of put there. I think it was with Nintendogs. Then this one sort of catches my eye. So it's a Monet sort of painting that's been sort of turned into sort of a jigsaw puzzle. It's a 1,000 piece puzzle. And looking at the sold comps, sold comps are sort of quite good on this one. But what I do know is actually sort of when I'm looking through this, a lot of the sold comps are from the US. So I don't think there was sort of many sort of active listings or anything like that from the UK. So that would then mean that the shipping costs were sort of really high. And yeah, so that is going to sort of wrap it up at the charity shops today. What we'll do is we will head back home and then we'll have a look at what we've managed to pick up. But yeah, I know I haven't really sort of spoke about anything today other than sort of what's up and coming, but yeah, let's head home and we'll have a look at what we picked up. Okay, so we are back from the charity shops, and I will say it is another sort of lackluster week. It's probably the best way to describe it. So only one pickup today, but it is a good pickup. So we've got this fine art collection. It's a Monet 1,000 piece puzzle. It's brand new. It is sealed, but you will see sort of from the packaging that there is sort of a bit of damage sort of to the box, sort of top and bottom. But as I say, it is still sealed, so I probably will sell it as sort of new other, and then just sort of basically list that there is sort of damage to the box. But yes, we paid $3.99 for this out of PDSA. So it was towards the sort of the end of the charity shops. Looking online, I'm seeing sold comps of about £20, and if we manage to get that, that should net us a £10.47 profit. So yeah, once again, it was sort of a bit of a bust today, but I can say that things are going to be turning round in quite a big way. So on this day that we sort of went out, that I filmed sort of this part of this video, I did also pop to 2 different towns nearby, sort of to where I live, and went through sort of the charity shops that were there. The one from next week is better than this, it can't be worse than this, and then the one after that, so that will be not next Tuesday, the Tuesday after, it is we absolutely smash it, and then the following week we are back in sort of our normal town and we absolutely blow it out of the park. I definitely think because the boot fairs have now started shutting down, people are still looking to sort of clear out, and they're just sort of pushing a lot of things to the charity shops now. So yeah, as I say, sort of the charity shop runs that I've done sort of over the last few weeks have got sort of better and better. So yeah, definitely stick with it. And also, actually say that, check out this week's midweek hunt. So that will be released on Thursday. That is going to be another one where we absolutely smash it. So yeah, definitely worth sort of a watch. But with that said, I am going to wrap up today's video. I just want to say a massive thank you for joining me, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're not already, sort of maybe consider sort of hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell to be kept up to date when those videos that I was just talking about get uploaded. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for joining me today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Alright, bye.